Queen do after Christmas lunch?
As a That's what everyone else does during the Queen's speech.
Do they?
They go for a walk. They go to church.
No, they go to church in the morning, definitely, St Mary Magdalene in Sandringham. But they've furnished us with remarkable details, I have to say, the royal family.
Does that mean that somebody from the office is going to be tuning in to see how these details were handled?
Yes.
And they're likely to be thrilled at the sensitive way in which the Queen's Christmas Day has been described.
So far, that's why I've been wriggling slightly. But just to get it out of the way, the answer is she goes into the saloon and watches herself on television. On Christmas Eve, right, they gather in the white drawing room at Sandringham around a 20-foot Christmas tree cut from the Sandringham estate. And I want to add here, at the risk of being booed, that I get my tree from the Sandringham estate. It's decorated by the Queen herself.
What, your tree?
My tree, no.
Does she come round to do it? I bet you send her out in the garden. No, do it out in the garden.
At 5 p.m, the whole family has a cup of Earl Grey, except the Queen, who has her own Indian blend.
Is it Twinings?
I hope so. This is turning into a massive embarrassment all round. They have sandwiches, cakes and scones. At 6 p.m, they open presents. This is Christmas Eve, remember. Why do they open presents on Christmas Eve?
Because they're all f***ing mad.
No, because they're all f***ing German. It's a German tradition. Well, there you are. The Queen gives the signal. They give each other practical presents, it turns out. The Queen is said to have been delighted...
With a gun.
With a...
Oh, that's bloody brilliant!
No, with a casserole dish and a gift-wrapped washing-up apron.
I think it's one of those ones with tits on it.
After Christmas Eve dinner, the Queen and the other female royals leave the room with the corgis. Prince Philip then serves port... Prince Philip then serves port or brandy to the male members of the royal family.
Oh, for God's sake.
Right, well, that's tradition, that's tradition.
Now they're wearing only loincloth.
Exactly, if I told you this about an Aboriginal tribe, you'd say, oh, how interesting. So it's tribal behaviour, that's all. It's interesting, I think. They get stockings on Christmas morning.
Philip gets stockings.
No.
Like serving the brandy.
No, this is next morning. They all have at the foot of their bed.
He wears them all night.
The family pulls crackers, but the Queen refuses to wear her paper party hat. And then at 3 p.m, they go to the saloon to watch me on Christmas Day. More than £20 billion gets spent in the UK each Christmas, and a third of all books, clothes and toys are sold in the last 8 weeks of the year. 150 million Christmas cards get sent, 7.5 million trees are decorated, and we buy enough wrapping paper to gift wrap Guernsey. So, let's just take a few moments then together and try to remember, why is Christmas Day on December the 25th?
Ring, ring, ring a ding.
It's the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Wallamy, wallamy, woo.
Well, I thought we'd get it out of the way.
Yes.
Is that a very, very small fire, or are those huge stockings?
It's a midwinter solstice. It's a pagan festival that's been appropriated by Christianity.
There is a great deal of truth in that.
Do I get the points back?
You will certainly get some back. It was indeed, there's a Teutonic, Celtic and pagan view that if you survived the winter solstice on the 21st of December, you have a feast to celebrate. But also, there was the Roman god.
Was it Saturnalia?
There was the Saturnalia was also at that time of year, but there was Mithras.
Just the two of them were there?
Well, there are amazing things claimed about Mithras, and I'll read you some of them. He was a saviour, Mithras, sent to Earth to live as a mortal, through whom it was possible for sinners to be reborn into immortal life. He died for our sins, but came back to life the following Sunday. He was born of a virgin on December the 25th in a manger or perhaps a cave, attended by shepherds, and became known as the light of the world. He had 12 disciples with whom he shared a last meal before dying. His devotees symbolically consumed the flesh and blood of him. Because Mithras was a sun god, he was worshipped on Sundays.
Is he a tribute band?
He's often depicted with a halo around his head.
Oh.
And Mithraists gave each other gifts on December the 25th. The leader of the religion was called a Papa, and their HQ was on Vatican Hill in Rome.
And you're kind of writing off the chance that this was just a massive coincidence. And then one day they all went to the Vatican and went, what? Hang on. Right?
Well, a lot of Christian scholars have since been very angry at some of this research which came out in 1903 about Mithraists, and they claim it's nonsense.
There's a few flaws, though, aren't there? I mean, I've never heard a bloke go, oh, Mithras, when he's coming. Have you?
No, you're right. I'm not sure that Christians would point to that as somehow a vindication of their religion. It's certainly true that there are dozens of religions in world mythology that have had visits by wise men, kings who've killed children to stop the new king being born. There's a great deal in Christianity that is traditional. And however wonderful people think the story is, it's frankly not original.
This is an interesting direction to start your Christmas special with.
Well, let me take you back now to your childhood and innocence. You remember all those white Christmases? No?
OK.
No?
I remember one.
Yeah.
1971.
1970, the January was 71.
There you go.
Christmas
Bang.
itself, 1970. Had you said yes, I would buzz you, because you don't remember any, because you're from the southeast. You might remember a few more, because South Shields has had more. We've actually tried to work out how many white Christmases you've had. We think you might have had them when you were 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 9.
Wow.
Which is actually quite a lot.
That is quite a lot.
Because in the whole of the 20th century, if you lived in London or the southeast, there were only 4 white Christmases. I know. It is extraordinary. And they were in 1927, 1938, 1970 and 1981. As we know, in the 21st century, we've had a few. But what's important about this is that in the early part of the 19th century, around about 1812 to 1820, there were 8 in a row.
Oh.
Now, why was that important to our culture?
Is that when the song was written?
No.
No.
A certain child was born in 1812. We were
Jesus.
Norman, you really do need a little bit of a religious education. This was an author, a writer, who created the idea.
Charles Dickens.
Okay,
Charles Dickens. For the first 8 years of his life, it always snowed on Christmas Day. And so whenever he mentions Christmas, not just in A Christmas Carol, but in several other novels, it's always snowing. And this helps the myth in British culture of a snowy Christmas. He also lived at a time known as the Little Ice Age. You know this, I'm sure you've seen paintings of fairs on the River Thames.
Yeah.
There were times where the River Thames froze so solidly they would have fairs, not just fairs, they'd have bonfires on the ice.
Those crazy cockneys.
Yes. they could guarantee...
Light a fire up.
Yeah.
It's freezing.
Let's light a fire on the river on the ice. What could possibly go wrong?
But the odd thing is, nothing did go wrong, because it was so thick, the ice. The last Frost Fair, as they were called, was in 1813-14 on the frozen River Thames. Wow. But anyway, this century we've had more white Christmases, as we know, but only 4 in the entire 20th century, and only 2 in our lifetimes.
Yeah.
More in Scotland. I'm really being very metrocentric here, and I apologise for that.
Where do the Christmas celebrations always end up in a fist fight?
My house.
Is it a fighting household, Danny?
It's the only day of the year where you can start drinking at breakfast, isn't it? Like without...
Unless you're from Denmark, in which case, hey...
Every time of year there's an intervention, but Christmas Day you're like, come on!
Yeah.
Let's have a bit of Baileys on your cornflakes or whatever.
See, it's funny, because the Danes don't really have a tradition of that kind of fighting at Christmas. What we do is we do silent resentment. It's much more Nordic.
My brother and I are both married to white women. And at Christmas, my mum will invite us all round, and then she'll do 2 dinners, like a roast and a curry. And it just looks like we're encouraging racial segregation at Christmas.
Well, I'm going to find out if that's true, because your mum's here in the audience. Shanti, hello, welcome to the show. Is there fighting at the holiday season? Is there fighting?
They do. They do fight.
Yeah.
They do fight, yeah, both of it.
Well, my mum is... it's lovely to have you here, Mum. But she has encouraged my brother and I to both have very low self-esteem. That's contributed to it.
Well, there is a place in the world where people fight on Christmas Day, and they do it on purpose. In Peru, a town called Santo Tomas. It's high up in the Peruvian Andes, 12,000 feet above sea level, and they have a tradition which is called takanakui, and it happens on the 25th of December every year. People dress up in costumes, and then they have fist fights, and they take place between every kind of participant, between the young and the old, men and women, rich, poor, sober, quite a lot of drunk people. And the idea is they're settling all their differences that have occurred during the course of the year. And it can be anything. It could be a property dispute, it could be a spilled beer, it could be a stolen partner or sheep or whatever.
There's a cultural sort of outreach thing in Crawley where we sort of celebrate that as well. It's called Weatherspoons.
Is it legally binding?
Yes, it is legally binding.
Right.
Whoever wins, whatever the dispute was, that's it, they have to settle
So they
it.
do this on Christmas Day, but what do they do on Boxing Day?
It's good to have an element of panto in the show, which I like.
He's behind you. We got your career.
But the reason why we have family fights at Christmas, it's what's known as hyper-co-presence. The idea is that we're forced to spend long periods of time with people that we don't want to, and it's what Sigmund Freud called the narcissism of small differences.
We just have our own family Christmas now with just me and Katie and the 3 kids, and that is brilliant.
I thought my children, when they grew up, would go away, and what they've done is gone away and brought back other people I don't know.
Now, how can a Christmas tree get you into trouble?
Grass you up.
Very good.
Falling needles.
Falling needles
and
can be nice.
a disposal.
Drying out,
afterwards.
and the chances of fire would...
Falling
cat's
over and giving an elderly relative brain damage.
There's no reason for you to know this. We're talking about the once beloved institution, the giant, magnificent cultural gift to the world that is the BBC.
Oh.
And the BBC now, of course, is so open that you can literally look up everyone who works for it and see how much their salary is. In the old days, they, of course, all had a personnel file, and there was a figure from another institution, far more sinister even than the BBC.
Broadmoor.
Not Broadmoor. MI5 is the right answer.
Right.
And if they thought anyone who worked for the BBC was...
Gay.
Communist.
Dodgy, communist, subversive...
They would ask them to join immediately.
There would be a symbol put onto their personnel file...
Really?
Which resembled a Christmas tree.
That's if you were
It would look
dodgy.
like that.
Oh.
And...
Oh, no.
The reason people thought it might be a Christmas tree was... Do you know what the German for Christmas tree is?
Tannenbaum.
Do you know the tune of the song,
Oh,
Tannenbaum?
Tannenbaum, oh, Tannenbaum, deine Bottle.
That's right, exactly. A Christmas tree, which is also the tune to... Though cowards flinch and traitors sneer,
Keep your red flag flying here.
The red flag, exactly. And people thought, yes, power to the people.
Can I just do my version of the red flag?
Yeah, go on.
Neil Kinnock's hair is deepest red, though most of it's not on his head.
You would have laughed.
Roar and laughter. Did it mean that you were suspected communist?
It isn't actually the reason that it's the Tannenbaum red flag. It's just a pure coincidence. People thought it looked like a Christmas tree, called it the Christmas tree, but the 2 arrows, it's actually just 2 arrows, mean refer upstairs. So if anyone was thought to, for promotion, and you saw their personnel file, you'd have to go up to a senior person and say, this person... And the last person...
up for promotion.
Anna Ford had one of those on her, the newsreader then.
Blimey.
Yeah, and it was because she'd once, had as a boyfriend a communist. Which, Jesus, in a free society.
And they allowed her on the television.
I know. Well, there you go. The BBC used Christmas trees to keep lefties off the telly. The practice stopped in 1985, and sure enough, they're everywhere. Yeah. What Christmas tradition did American insurance companies try to ban in the year 1908? Johnny Donegan.
I was given this thought earlier by something that Phil said, actually, and I think I've got this one, actually.
Yeah.
They banned the placing of dimes, not sixpences, in Christmas puddings because too many people were choking on them?
No, it's an intelligent answer, and it had, oddly, nothing to do with Wagner again, but it's not right. It's not right. No, it's not right. It's not right.
Did you know that the first ever life insurance policy was taken out, I think, in about 1863, and a man called... Was it Stanley Gibbons? No, he's the stamp bloke.
Yes.
Anyway, it's called Gibbons.
Right.
And he insured his life for £383 or something for a year. And he died 4 weeks short of the year. So his family turned up to claim the first ever life insurance policy. And the underwriters, there were 16 underwriters, they all got together. And they decided that the only way they were going to avoid paying this huge sum of money was to define a year on their own terms. And they decided that a year was 12 times 4 weeks. Because that's a month. So they said, no, strictly by defining a year, he lived for the full term.
But they've changed now, insurance companies, haven't they?
Yes.
Now they love to pay out. And they say, oh, to hell with the small print. Here's your money. That's a very... If that's true, yes.
I have an image of an early black and white film, of a Christmas film.
Yeah.
They had live candles all over the place, and live candles were all over the tree.
Johnny, I smelled 5 points, quite right. Chicago Hospital burned down in 1885, the whole hospital, because of a candle on a Christmas tree. 3 separate Father Christmases died, and this isn't funny. This isn't funny by bending down to pick up presents under the tree and their beards catching fire.
There's a Christmas to remember. You're that kid. Santa bends down, comes up.
Name an animal that you should leave a carrot out for.
Is it a reindeer?
Oh, no.
Is it a spooky garden owl?
It is a spooky garden owl. No.
It's not a rabbit. Is it a hedgehog?
Did you say rabbit?
Hedgehog.
Hedgehog, no.
Should he have said
Is
rabbit?
it rabbit?
So, bad news for children who leave carrots out for Rudolph. Reindeers find it hard to eat carrots. They don't have incisor teeth on the upper jaw, so they never evolved to eat them because it's not a foodstuff they would find in the wild at all.
Have you heard about the carrot swindle? Do you know about the carrot
I
swindle?
know about the carrot swindle.
When you go to your self-serve checkout, everything you put on for whey, you just press carrots.
Really?
Yeah.
What, so you'd be like buying an anvil and you'd press carrot?
Yeah, so you put down... What's an expensive vegetable?
Prosecco.
So are you paying everything for his carrots?
I'm not doing it, Josh. I'm a very honest customer.
Where did you learn this?
From a reindeer.
No, it's because what they found, the supermarkets, the reason they started to become suspicious was because they were selling millions of tons of carrots and thousands and thousands of bottles of Prosecco were being stolen. Wow. So they started to watch people, and sure enough, people just putting all their washing on the thing, pressing carrots and putting it in...
All their washing?
People are putting all their shopping on the thing, pressing carrots, and they've got 6 bags, they paid 12 quid.
Theft from self-service tills has doubled in the last 4 years, so you should not put this information out.
I'm doing it for Sainsbury's.
Yeah. Yes.
But, Alan, when you put your washing on, what should you press?
Why should we not give carrots to rabbits? What's the reason for that?
Oh.
It's just not good for them.
Yeah.
Greens are the best thing.
You're absolutely right. Wild rabbits don't eat root vegetables in any way, or fruit at all. Too much sugar, not good for you, causes tooth decay. Best diet for pet rabbits is hay, supplemented with some dark vegetables, but certainly not carrots. Let me show you the world's biggest rabbit. This is Darius, owned by Annette Edward. There it is. Yeah.
He is not happy about being picked up there, is he?
Bill Bailey's got 2 of those, and he told me that his was the biggest rabbit in the world.
Well, apparently this one measures 4 foot 4 inches from nose to tail. Costs her over £2,000 a year in food bills.
We're going to have a rabbit off with Bill and this. And that one.
4 foot 4. That is brilliant.
It's fantastic, isn't it? I mean, that's nearly as tall as me. Mind you, a lot of things.
I know, but you just want that to be in the garden when a cat comes over trying to bully it.
The unrealistic thing about the Father Christmas story is that reindeer don't actually eat carrots.
What's the least imaginative present that you could think of?
Yes, well, it's got to be the gift voucher, hasn't it?
Yes.
The gift voucher is... I mean, it's heroically bad. It's walking into a shop and going, yeah, can I've got some money here. Could I exchange this for
this works everywhere. Could it just work in this one shop? Or could it just be for a limited time period with some terms and conditions, but worth the same amount? Could I make this universally acceptable thing useless?
Well, without wishing to insult your country, it is the #1 present that women want in America is a gift card. Are you ashamed of your people?
I'm humiliated for Americans everywhere.
So who invented the gift card? Because it is a terrible idea. If you try and sell it to someone as an idea going, well, look, take the money...
It isn't clever. It's $30 billion a year in America. $30 billion industry.
And how much of that is actually spent? Because I've got some Woolies vouchers at home.
I'll tell you. In America, only 75%. About a quarter is never redeemed because the recipient forgets or the time period elapses before they get to the shop to redeem it.
Period. You know, like money doesn't have.
Yeah, exactly. Brilliant. I know. It's astonishing.
I've got one at home. I can't find it.
Oh, that's annoying.
It's for a day driving around Brands Hatch or something.
Oh, well, no, that is fun.
That's really fun.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's probably expired.
I got one that was an hour in a helicopter. That was it, just an hour. There was no measure of a pilot or whether it would take you anywhere or whether it would even go off the ground. You just sit in a helicopter.
Someone outside.
Ouch! Come on, let's get on. I never redeemed it. It was a shame.
What were the first gift certificates?
Book tokens.
Book tokens, right answer. And they were in 1932 by a man called Raymond, who was a publisher, who was rather disappointed to see one Christmas, when he saw all these presents amongst his friends and family, only 3 were books. And he realised the reason was that people were not confident about giving books because they couldn't be sure that the recipient would like that book. So he thought, why not just give them something that is good for any book they like, which is what a book token is. It remains for me to thank Carrie, Jimmy, Bill, and... Oh, wait a second. There's one little boy here who still hadn't had a present. Oh, but here's Santa! Hello, Santa. Santa, what have you got for Alan? Have a feel in Santa's sack, Alan. What can you... Have a feel. What's in there?
Ping pong balls.
Ping pong balls. Now, I know a very exciting thing you can do with ping pong balls, but it's quite loud and quite dangerous. So, can you all put your ear defenders on?
Right.
So, look Jimmy, at Carrie's ear defenders.
Carrie's ear defenders are very special.
Oh, you don't know, but you got me through some very difficult years. I only said that when you had the ear defenders on.
You go in the safe place. Jimmy, Carrie... and Bill. And ear defenders on in the audience, if you would. Good luck. Oh, well done.
Bye.
Alan, you and I are going to the extremely dangerous place. I mean, kind of suicidal. To put the goggles on before the... Yeah, all right. And I've got gloves, which you don't need to have. Right, OK, so here we have the ping-pong balls. We're going to pour in liquid nitrogen, which is 196 degrees minus, that is. Really, really cold. We're pouring it into this bottle. And it's fine in the bottle, but if you put it in really hot water, obviously this is gas, which is in liquid form. And when it heats, it'll go back to gas. But there's so much of it, it'll expand and expand and expand, and the bottle will explode really rather violently. So if you put it in, there's hot water in there. We're going to add these ping-pong balls. And the moment the bottle goes in, Alan, pop in all of them. That's it. And I'll pop in all of mine. And then we've got about 5 seconds. Well, let's go. Oh, gosh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's great.
That was genuinely like all our Christmases came at once.
Ding dong, merrily on high, and a very happy Christmas to you all!
What's the worst thing about Christmas lights?
Oh, they get terribly tangled up, don't they?
The worst thing I've encountered about Christmas lights is they get in the way of the remote control.
They do interfere with your Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Do they? Yeah, the microwaves which come from your Wi-Fi router are quite weak and they can get blocked by stronger signals, and indeed the Christmas lights would be a stronger signal.
The man across the road from me changes my channel on my television.
You must ask him not to sit next to you.
No. He sits across the road and he changes my channel.
What's in that shite? Highland Games for you.
How small is this road that you can see each other so easily?
You live in a little model village.
I know. Susan Calman from Toy Town.
Stop turning me telly over, you bastard!
No, you forgot to open the little curtains.
Wi-Fi, that's not the first thing on the list. Its environmental cost is the real thing. It's incredible. So the US Energy Department, they did a study in 2008, and over the whole of the United States, a staggering 6.63 billion kilowatt-hours of electricity use. So that is twice as much electricity as Cambodia uses in a year, just for the Christmas lights.
Very dark there, though, isn't it?
Oh, Cambodia. Well, it's also more than the annual use in lots of countries. Ethiopia, El Salvador, Tanzania...
I don't like it, really.
Don't like
People
what?
go a bit overboard, don't they?
Oh, when they do the whole house, that makes me
house.
crazy.
What I don't mind is a moving reindeer.
Yeah.
Never mind that. So you work on that impression all year, and then you can bring it out at Christmas.
What's it? Moving reindeer! Reindeer, every year.
Christmas lights also responsible for a great many injuries. So people...
Tripping up,
oh,
burning.
my goodness, yeah.
I mean, he's gone the wrong side up a ladder. Only got himself to blame. This has nothing to do with the light.
He's looked at the manual and just got it the wrong way around.
This ladder's shit! I like that ladder impersonation. That could double as a reindeer doing backstroke. That's very good.
I can't wait till next year on BBC Two, Alan Davies' Christmas impersonation.
So lots of people injured putting up Christmas lights. The average victim is a 55-year-old man.
Well...
Is he the one that lives across from Susan?
What horrible incident involving Dijon befell Father Christmas in 1951?
Did somebody put mustard on the mince pie?
Oh, that would be bad, wouldn't it?
I love mustard.
You like mustard?
Oh, I eat mouthfuls of it, raw.
Really?
Yeah.
French mustard or English mustard?
French.
Dijon?
Yes, and whole grain.
I can only eat that stuff. I can't eat the English stuff that goes up the back of your nose.
Yeah.
Burns my eyeballs.
Yeah.
Not that it matters, but... I like the stuff with the seeds in it, but did he fall into a vat of mustard or something?
No, it has nothing to do with mustard. We're talking about the French city of Dijon. It's to do with Christmas. It's the early 1950s. And the Catholic Church was very cross. They thought that Christmas had become too commercialised and it should be more about le petit Jesus than presents. And so...
Something happened to Santa.
Yes, something did happen to
in the
Santa.
town.
Yes.
Did he get
Did
hung?
they ban
Yes.
They hung Santa?
They hung Santa.
They hung him?
Yes.
Who hung Santa?
OK, the Catholics. That's it.
Catholic?
Yes. The Dijon Cathedral in 1951, on December the 23rd. 250 school children hanged an 8-foot-tall Santa effigy.
That's so bleak. The kids turned on Santa.
It's even worse. So there's a young man. He asked the crowd, "Does Santa deserve death?" And the assembled children chanted back, "Yes, yes, yes," before setting fire to the effigy and pelting it with orange peel.
Oh, my God. It was the church.
The church did it, yes. So the Archbishop of Rennes, he said it demonstrated that the church was pushing back against the paganism which Santa seemed to bring with him.
How's that worked out for them in Dijon?
Well, the very next day there was a pro-Santa rally outside the town hall.
Oh, my God.
Santa!
Santa! Yeah. So Santa has been in trouble all over the world. He's faced challenges. 1920s in the Soviet Union, Christmas itself was banned for years. There was a sort of wave of anti-Christmas sentiment all the way through Soviet Russia. One school put on a play where fictional characters were expelled as non-Soviet elements. Cinderella was tried for betraying the working class, and Father Frost was accused of spying on people down their chimneys. And it wasn't until 1937 that Father Frost, or Dead Maurice, was allowed to return, but he has to wear a blue coat so that we don't think he's the Western
Because he works at Pontins.
It's rather like the Puritans under Oliver Cromwell and in parts of the United States when the forefathers arrived. They followed Oliver Cromwell's idea that you didn't have Christmas at all. It was seen as poopish excess. So carol singing was seen as a political statement. People used to do secret carol singing.
Wow. Ding dong merrily on. They love Silent Night.
In the 1930s, Mexico's Ministry of Education decided that children shouldn't learn about Santa Claus anymore, but gifts should be given by an old Mesoamerican god, Quetzalcoatl, who takes the form of a feathered snake. I mean, all due respect to Mesoamerican culture and everything, I'm not sure this is the one for the kids, because this guy burnt himself to death out of shame after getting drunk and having sex with his sister.
I mean, it's Christmas. We've all had a drink.
I know.
Why would a male reindeer fancy Rudolph?
The female genital organs will be round and bright red, much like Rudolph's nose. And that's why the male will be attracted to Rudolph, because he'll think it's the female's genitalia.
Oh, that's quite an intelligent answer. It's not true, but it's good. Any other thoughts? Why would a male reindeer...
Rudolph was a girl.
Yes, is the right answer.
Oh!
Absolutely right. Yeah, we know this. We know this because in countless representations of Rudolph, he is represented at Christmas Eve with antlers. And only female reindeer have antlers at Christmas time. The male reindeer shed their antlers at the very beginning of winter. So all of them must be female if they have antlers. Or possibly eunuchs. Because if you castrate a male reindeer, they keep their antlers.
Also, you'd see the silhouette of the bollocks as it went across the moon.
They really do have great big ball sacks.
They have
Dear.
They're enormous.
Yes. Yeah. Are they?
They like swing about. I've been behind the caribou.
Have you really?
The Rocky Mountains.
And you've noticed its plums.
Yeah. They swing
Looks
about.
like a bag full of gripples.
It's the biggest. The only other ball sack I've seen that was even comparable was on a red kangaroo.
Really?
And it was lying on its side.
Scrotumologist.
It was lying on... You brought it up. It was lying on its side, scratching its nut.
That's because at Christmas, when Alan was 10 at Christmas, he got an I Spy Knackers of the World.
Tick them off.
Ticks them. Oh, I've seen those now. I've seen the park keepers.
I always...
That's quite a real one.
I always misunderstood those spot the ball competitions. They were obviously much more educational than I thought. Now, why is Santa off the rich list?
Oh, Santa.
Cutbacks.
That might be
Austerity drive.
Austerity drive.
Only works one day a year.
Only works one day a year.
Has he developed
He used to be
conscience?
on the rich list. He used to be on it until 2006. Forbes magazine famously invented virtually the idea of a rich list.
Is there some...
Yes, young Brendan.
Is it because he may not be real?
Have you dreamt of it?
Thank you!
Oh, poor Phil.
That got a klaxon, so that can't be right. Don't worry, back you go.
Oh, little soul.
Forbes magazine genuinely publishes a fictional rich list. And Santa Claus used to be on it because they reckon he must be infinitely rich because he is able to distribute presents every year to all the children of the world, they said. I don't believe he does. I don't know why they...
Richie Rich?
That's Richie Rich, of course. Scrooge, I guess, on the left. Father Christmas himself in the... You know,
The late
Santa.
Bernard Manning on the right.
Can you name... I've got the top 5. Name any in the top 5 that you imagine might be on the rich
Real
list.
people or
No,
imaginary
fictional, that's the
ones?
point.
Scrooge McDuck.
No, but number 2 is the enemy of Scrooge McDuck. Good one.
Flintheart Glomgold is his name.
Flintheart
Glomgold. Yeah. And number 1 played Benedict Cumberbatch, the richest fictional creature in the world. Human or they know in the audience? Smaug. Smaug with the dragon in The Hobbit. $62 billion worth of gold he sits upon until, of course, he... Well, I'm not going to tell you the ending, because I haven't seen it.
Don't spoil it.
But why is Santa taken off? Because surely he must be really rich to give everyone a present.
It's a very simple reason.
Tax evasion.
Not tax evasion. It's the usual answer. Because it's a fictional
And he's
list,
real.
And Santa is
Santa is real.
Forbes decided that. So there you go. Good result, Santa.
How many months of the year does it snow in Britain? Yep.
All of them.
Is the correct answer. All rain in the UK begins as snow, is the actual answer. Albeit unbelievably
Good
high up.
noise, good interested noise. Oh, going to tell that one to people at home in the morning.
Very high up in the atmosphere. Unless it's a very cold day, the snow melts as soon as it hits the warm air, and it falls to the ground as rain.
Do you know what, Sandy? I love a party with a happy atmosphere.
Yeah. Why can't you have a party on the moon?
I don't know. Why can't you have a party on the moon?
No atmosphere. Most British rain is caused by something called the Bergeron-Findeisen process. So the tops of the clouds are made of a mix of ice crystals and supercooled water droplets. So that's water which is below freezing point but has not frozen. And the liquid water clumps around the ice crystals and forms snowflakes.
It's below freezing point, but it hasn't frozen.
It hasn't actually frozen. I know. It is perfectly possible. And they
should be stoned.
They form snowflakes which grow until they're heavy enough to fall out of the cloud. So in Britain and other temperate climates, nearly all of the rain which we get starts as snow.
That's amazing.
So you start as snow and you drift in a bit, drift in, and then you think, oh, I'm turning.
I'm turning, I'm turning.
Into rain. Woo!
That's exactly what it's like, just like that.
Where does Santa Claus come from?
From St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas.
Yes, what place?
The Bohemia, Czechoslovakia. No?
Not quite. No.
God.
Any thoughts?
Russia.
No.
He's an Aborigine.
Woking.
No.
Lapland.
Bavaria.
Did you say Lapland? Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear, oh.
And I just saw North Pole.
Yes, so you're not going to say that, are you? No.
Syria. Turkey.
Yes! Quite right. Turkey, yes. And that was real Santa Claus, St. Nicholas.
Happy Christmas!
Yeah, but he was...
Tzatziki, my leaves.
Sinterklaas, as they call him in the Netherlands. Yeah, Sinterklaas is aangekomt, is their little song. I'll give you some points if you can tell me where precisely our modern view, as it is, of Father Christmas comes from.
Does it derive from the Gemütlichkeit culture of that Prince Albert brought to Britain in the 1840s?
Again, you're just chiming with the thought that fills the room, but no.
Yes.
No. It's... No, the Schleswig-Holstein Gemütlichkeit culture is not an issue here. It is a very extraordinary thing. I want to take you to the year 1822.
Oh, when Schubert wrote the Unfinished Symphony.
Something else happened. A poem was written which absolutely gave us, for the first time ever printed or ever recorded, as far as we know, the idea of the white beard, the red coat, the stockings, the chimney, the presents on Christmas Eve, the whole thing. Americans still quote it every Christmas time.
It was the night before Christmas.
It was the night before Christmas. Clement Clark Moore, who was professor of Hebrew. The poem was called A Visit from St. Nicholas.
Off his face on Laudanum, just sitting there. A big fat man with a beard and a red coat. This is fantastic. And he's got a sack full of gripples.
it's time to wrap our presents in the Great QI Wrapping Race. OK, so under your respective desks, you're going to find paper and scissors and tape, and I would like you to beautifully wrap the things you've got. So, Ramesh, you need to wrap the game that we've got there for you, and if you could find the best way... wrap for me. If you could wrap yours, there we are, that's lovely. And what have you guys got to wrap up? Lovely. So, what do we reckon? Best way to wrap these things up?
Are you going to say ready, steady, go?
Ready, steady, go. Whoever does it best. Wow, Jason, that's... yeah. That's good.
I think I've finished, Andy.
OK, let me see. Alan is the winner, I think. OK. So, awkward items. What you need is a life hack, OK, to wrap something awkward. So I've got here a small American football and a single piece of paper. And what you actually do, and you could have done it with any of your items, is you take your paper and you fold it like this, and then put some tape down in the middle like this. And then you're going to fold the piece of paper like this and fold it in. And then put some sellotape on that, like this.
This is like Blue Peter, isn't it?
It's a really brilliant way to wrap an awkward thing. It is basically a bag with a gusset that you can make out of a single piece of paper. And you make it like that, and you stick your awkward thing inside. You have a very...
Oh my God! When I took my husband home for our first Christmas together, I got so self-conscious about all the things that my family do at Christmas.
What do you do that's a...
Well, we have a set of bells that we sit round... We each have a different... Everybody... OK, we've got a set of bells.
Yeah.
There's 8 bells.
8
right,
bells.
how many of you?
Full octave.
Well, there's only 4 of us in my family.
Oh, 2 bells each?
Yeah.
OK.
But then now my husband's joined.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
Oh, he's
No, that's
faulty.
good. That's
Oh, it's
another
good.
person, yeah.
Right.
That's another person. I'm glad you recognise him as such.
And in about 1987, my mum wrote out loads of Christmas songs on sort of boards with all the bell numbers.
Right.
And we just do that for about 2 or 3 days.
We had a similar thing. What Mum and Dad's friends would all come over, like Sri Lankan friends. They would get drunk and then they would turn over like bins and stuff like that, and then start banging on them and singing like old traditional Sri Lankan songs.
Is that true, Shanti? Is that true?
Yes, it's very true.
It's true.
You don't...
Checking everything you say, Ramesh. Yeah.
Confirmation, please. Keep from hell. Can we have confirmation that he's telling the truth?
Got this horrible, judgmental Wikipedia sitting up.
Checking all your games.
Yeah, well, that's true, Sandy. Don't worry, you can carry on with the anecdote. Off you go.
Someone from Holly's family going, there's a load of shit about the bells. There are 16 bells, you lying cow.
So, like, they would get, like, buckets and turn them over, and then just, like, my dad would just be... like that for, like, hours.
Do you two live anywhere near each other?
Linked up, done a little tour, coffee and cream on the road. But then, one Christmas we did that, and then the next morning we took the blanket off the budgie cage and they were dead.
Had you beaten the birds to death?
No, they just didn't like Sri Lankan music.
I think your mum thinks that's not true. I've never had a budgie.
Just really racist budgies.
Where did Beethoven put his jingling Johnny? Yes, Sarah.
Mrs. Beethoven.
Jingling Johnny.
Yes.
I can't imagine a jingling Johnny, and it's something that the good folk at Durex have obviously missed out on. A seasonal range, but actually, you know, with a bell in the... Holly around it. Yeah.
take that copy of 50 Shades of Grey away from you.
We've started our family Christmas show.
Yes.
Is Jingling
Tiny
Johnny.
Tim.
What might it be?
A triangle?
Well, you're in the right area.
Ah.
It's an instrument. Other composers, Haydn's 100th Symphony uses a Jingling Johnny. Berlioz was extremely fond of them, as was John Philip Sousa. And I even have one.
Oh. The cowbell.
It's rather more complex than that. It's this.
Wow.
That is a Jingling Johnny. It's a large...
That make your eyes water,
Yeah,
wouldn't
look,
it?
look, you were supposed to not bring any props from The Hobbit back. Seriously, I could see you could go to Stonehenge next summer solstice and you could own the joint with that.
It was used as a marching... you up and down it with a march. Up and down. That's it. The army that used these began with J and has a connection with Vienna, the Siege of Vienna. If that means anything historically to you.
As opposed to, the feeling has got only you and I, this means nothing to me. Oh, Vienna.
It's not Ultravox, it's earlier than that, Vienna.
Very good popular culture, remember.
It's good that I should know that. I don't know I knew that either. Between Vienna and the East, the whole of that part of Eastern Europe was owned by an empire.
Ottoman Empire?
The Ottoman Empire. And their elite corps was called Janissaries. The Janissaries used these as they marched. And Beethoven used it in one of his most famous compositions, Ninth Symphony, the Choral Symphony. He uses a Jingling Johnny. And Hector Berlioz, one of the great French composers, claimed that the shaking of its sonorous locks added brilliancy to marching music.
Ah, I believe that it was later taken up, wasn't it, by on the X Factor? Is how they
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise. Take it away. It's compulsive.
From you.
It's the Casio of its day.
It is. There are
Casio.
there are other instruments of this nature. Buskers make their own versions. There's a thing called the lagerphone. It's an Australian version where the ringing noise is made by, can you guess?
Lager.
Yeah,
crowns.
The crowns of bottle tops, exactly. There are other names for it in other languages, obviously. The Dutch have the kutepeel and the monkey stick. And in Newfoundland, they actually have something called the ugly stick, oddly enough. The bum bass and the bladder fiddle, which are versions that have a string attached that you can pluck.
If you'd like me just to show you the majesty of Baker, name a 70s single that harnessed one of those instruments.
Pterodactyl and the Dinosaurs, Seaside Shuffle.
Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Baker.
It's like being in the room with Max Planck and Einstein while they're talking. Which instrument was it?
It was, they used the zob stick, which was what they called it, which was the bottle toppy.
Yes, they did. Riding on
You guys. As we're in the Christmas spirit, let's have a little sing-song. What's everybody's favourite bit in that traditional song, the 12 Days of Christmas? Which is your favourite bit?
Lord's Leaping.
For me, it's the gold rings.
Yeah.
Knows that. 5 gold rings.
Oh!
Wouldn't that be wrong if you were asked what his favourite...
He's leading the witness.
I asked what his... I asked what his favourite bit was in the traditional English song, and it's not traditional, it's a recent addition. There's a man called Austin who wrote that arrangement in which it went 5 gold rings, and that bit alone is copyright and belongs to Novello, and you pay for.
All right, so you've just blown the BBC's budget.
The whole BBC. It's a bit like Happy Birthday to You. You can't sing or whatever in films, or at least if you do, you have to pay enormous royalties because the lyrics are still not in public domain.
I was told at school that it was code. It was supposed to be an aide-memoire to something.
I don't know what.
Well, there are these games you can play that are like, in my trunk I'm going to pack, and the first person says a pair of swimming trunks, and the second one has a pair of swimming trunks and a book. So it's that thing, it's a memory thing. There's a version I play called Christopher Biggins has up his bottom tonight, and you have to remember the person. You go, Christopher Biggins has up his bottom tonight, and you go, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the next person says, Christopher Biggins has up his bottom tonight, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it has to begin with the last letter of Schwarzenegger. And...
Rodney Bewes.
Rodney Bewes, exactly. Christopher Biggins has up his bottom tonight, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Rodney Bewes, and then the next person will go, Christopher Biggins has his bottom tonight.
Steve Davies, the snooker player.
Brilliant! and you go on until you can't remember, and you get a huge
Simon
list.
Sharma.
You usually find that Christopher...
Anthony Andrews.
Christopher is astoundingly accommodating. That's the great thing about the game. And it goes on. It's a fun party game. I can't recommend it.
Is this why he was made King of the Jungle? This particular skill?
Well, the fact is, the song 12 Days of Christmas is a traditional, non-copyright song, with the exception of 5 Gold Rings, which was added by Frederick Austin and is owned by Novello and Company Limited.
What did robins originally represent on Christmas cards?
Evil.
Is it anything less evil?
Was it something to do with being stabbed? Or blood?
What? I love how your mind works, but it puzzles me.
The red breast.
Yes, so Christmas, traditional stabbing
Yeah,
time.
they
OK, anybody in the audience know? Postman.
Oh, it looks so easy.
The fact is, robins have been associated with Christmas long before...
Long before Jesus.
Victorian. Long before Victorian postmen and their red outfits. So the idea that robins on cards originally represented postmen, as I have to say, stated in a previous QI, is wrong, and so thank goodness I'm here to clear up this terrible mess.
Thank God you're here.
I know. There's a traditional Christmas song called the Robin's Appeal, so pictures of robins on cards appear to have been there to represent robins.
What I find incredible about this is he's, you know, it's a traditional postman, but he's holding a smartphone.
Extra beard.
Yeah. Possibly it's to do with poverty in the 19th century. It was common to refer to destitute children as poor robins, and lots of churches would put on robins' dinners on Christmas Day for local poor children. But it's changed over the years. So in the 1860s, they had robins on Christmas cards, and they were depicted as being comic. Then in the 1870s, they get rather sentimental. 1880s, I don't know what happened. They just showed them dead. I don't know what...
This is stabbing.
It must have been a terrible epidemic.
Look at, I mean, you send that to somebody that really hates... It says, may yours be a joyful Christmas.
Yeah. I just got it wrong at the printer. It's meant to be portrait.
Despite what we said on an earlier season of QI, robins on Christmas cards probably represent not postmen, but poor children. Or robins. Trees away, please. Now, which king appeared on the first British Christmas stamp?
George V. Wenceslas.
Yes. Yeah! Yes! You're absolutely right. So in 1963, the then Postmaster General was Tony Benn. And he launched a competition in conjunction with Blue Peter and the Post Office to design Britain's very first Christmas stamp. And 6-year-old Tasvia Shemza, that's her there on the right, she won with a Good King Wenceslas design. And James Berry, next to her, he got a 1 6 stamp. But here is her stamp. So he was the only king on the stamp, because, of course, the monarch is Queen Elizabeth II. And Tasvia is in the audience. There she is. There she is, all grown up. Oh. Congratulations.
That's the longest round of applause we've ever had for anything. I love your stamp.
Tasvia, was the picture based on anybody?
Well, it was indeed, yes. It's not King Wenceslas,
Right.
as people say. It was actually a picture of my dad.
Oh, a picture of your dad! Oh, look, there he is. I think you did very well with that.
Sorry, if your dad is wearing that hat, I think he's a bit above his station, isn't he?
What I love about this is the stamp was issued in 1966. So, in fact, Daleks, which were introduced in 1963, are an older Christmas tradition than Christmas stamps.
What do you think the Queen's going to give you for Christmas this year?
A message.
She will certainly be giving us all a message, that's true.
That not a klaxon? I thought certain that would be a
She
klaxon.
should have been, shouldn't it? But it's true.
For years, it's actually been a robot. Well, she only gives things to people when they're 100.
Well,
she gives Maundy money.
She gives Maundy money
What else
on
does she
Maundy
give?
Thursday. Well, her staff, which is obviously extensive, used to be they could choose from a catalogue.
Argos.
And with value
What, choose a present?
between 20 and 25 pounds, according to length of service.
Between 20 and... That's a very small window.
It is. It's not exactly...
26.99. No.
Wow. No, too much. In 2006, it sort of changed. They all get the same thing as staff. These are her queries and butlers and so on. Obviously, a family and things is different. This is if you're her servant in some way.
How many staff?
Do you know, I don't have the number, but it's pretty enormous. I'm
You don't
sorry.
know?
I have failed you, Brendan, on the first fence. I apologise from the very heart of everything.
I thought you would know every light bulb in the palace.
Damn it, but I'll just say a number and you'll believe me.
Yes.
There are over 4,000 light bulbs in the palace, I can tell you that.
My God.
Pretty impressive, isn't it?
That's some bill.
Yep.
Have you not met the Queen yet?
Yes. She nudged me once, quite hard in the ribs. It was
quite
funny. It was her son's wedding to Camilla at Windsor Castle, and she'd made this very funny speech. She got on a table. She stood on the table.
She got on a table?
Yeah, she stood on the table. She stood on the chair and got on the table, and then she made a very funny speech, and she got down, and she just mingled among everyone. And I was chatting to someone, I got this rib. Is anybody going to give me cake? So I said, of course, ma'am, I'll get you some cake.
It must be a dream.
I
dreamed all of it.
I know it sounds mad, but it's absolutely...
I'm going outside for a fag. Come on,
I was in the days I'd smoked, and I'm afraid I was caught by a photographer in the buttresses of the chapel in Windsor.
In the buttresses?
In my big top hat and everything,
Sorry, did you say-
smoking a cigarette.
Coming out the top of your hat.
You can take your woolly hats off now if you want to, but if you're getting hot. You like yours?
Oh, very hot.
Just take it off.
Thank you.
Pop it under the thingy, though.
Shall I pop it under?
Or you keep it on. Which do they like? Now, the fact is, if you work for the Queen, nowadays, you all get the same present instead of being able to choose from the catalogue. We've done a little sort of montage of them. Bottle of bubbly, silver plate. 2008 reflected the mood of financial restraint. It was just coasters. And in 2012, Jubilee year, a special themed trinket box. You all get the same thing with monogrammed something, cigar box or whatever it was. You can't expect the woman to go down the high street shopping, can you?
No, no.
Especially not if she's in one of her cake frenzies.
Yeah.
I have to pull her away from Greg's.
Yeah.
It takes 3 equerries. Or are they equerries? Or are they eclairs? Is that a cake?
It's eclair.
Why is ice slippery?
Oh, good question.
It's the watery bit on top of the ice.
Oh, yeah.
Does that sound right?
Well, I think you should probably ask Sandy rather than me.
When your foot goes down, it melts the top bit of the ice.
Don't ever look at me again when you're answering a question. We're not in this together.
It's an old theory that it used to melt when you stepped on it, or that by stepping on the ice somehow...
She's just really yanked him hard.
Yeah,
She's got a lot of life insurance.
There was a theory that if you stepped on the ice, the pressure you exerted melted the top layer, and this water is then what you slid on.
You'd have to be stupid to think that.
But the pressure would need to be extreme. We've been talking about elephants. If you put an elephant in high heels, you still could not exert enough pressure to make that happen.
I think you'd be locked up.
I'd like to see an elephant in high heels, eh?
Yeah, but would you put it in 2 pairs of high heels or just 2? Like, do you want to make it sexy or is it an experiment?
There's a team from the University of Amsterdam who may have solved the problem, and I think it's a matter of loose molecules. So ice has a very regular crystal structure. So I am going to just... you're going to get this, Johnny, and you're going to enjoy it. A little bit of science, OK? So the ice that's down at the bottom is each bit... Here's a molecule of ice, OK?
Yeah.
And it is attached... Can you see that? To 3. It's got 3 different things that it's attached to.
When you say ice, what you're looking at there are mice.
The stuff that's down below the surface has got 3 things that it is attached to. The stuff that is up here...
Mickey.
...is Mickey up here, on the surface, is only attached to 2. And what that means is they kind of move around. They don't really stick together. They detach themselves and reattach themselves in various ways. And so it is literally like marbles on a dance floor. And it would be slippery even if you weren't on it.
Madam, you claimed it would all become clear.
OK, now you explain it, Johnny.
When you put your foot on it, it melts a bit.
That's exactly...